In this episode, more Chargers making the move. Another special Camaro, the new Lexus GX, and the Porsche Mission X. Welcome to episode 227 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rowell, the last time that we talked about some news, or some auto news, we talked about the NACS, or North American Charging Standard, the Tesla Charger, remember?
The NACS, yes.
Yes. One domino had fallen, which was Ford. Ford was on board.
I remember we talked about Ford partnering with Tesla superchargers to give the adapters to all the Ford owners. That's
right. Yeah. And Ford will be integrating the NACS charger into their new vehicles coming, I think, 2024 or 2025.
Okay.
Basically, they've given in. They've said, okay, Tesla, you got it. You're good. Your gas station is the best EV gas station out there. We'll comply. We'll put in your charging port.
Got it.
More dominoes have fallen. Hence this article. GM is on board.
Oh.
So that's a big one.
So let me ask you this. Do manufacturers like Rivian and Lucid now even have a chance?
No. This kind of forces their hand, to be honest.
I think it kind of just killed them.
Well, I wouldn't say it killed the manufacturer, no. But it really did force their hand to probably integrate with this charging port.
Makes sense.
Other notable things that have happened here is we've had announcements from the charge station companies themselves.
Oh.
So ChargeLink, ChargePoint, EVgo, a whole bunch of them. EVgo's a big one. I know ChargePoint's a big one.
I've heard EVgo a lot.
Yep. So those are also getting on board, and they're moving. I think that they're just providing adapters, to my understanding, or they're going full on to the NACS charger.
Wow.
One big one that is missing here that we need to chat about is Electrify America.
I was going to say Charge America, but close.
Close enough, yes. They're missing. Now, the interesting thing about them is that the companies like ABB and a company like, I think it's Tritium down here, they are the ones that supply the hardware for Electrify America. So, given your supplier has moved over, I imagine they are going to move over. It's only a matter of time with those.
It seems like what that is, yeah.
Yes. Now, what that does do is it kind of puts the North American charging versus the European charging in a split here. We're now in a divide. Because over in Europe, they're using CCS, or the J772 charging standard, which is different than what we have here. There are definitely some Tesla chargers over in Europe. They definitely have the NACS connector on them. But what happens in the future, companies like Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Stellantis, well, I guess Stellantis in North America, but BMW, what they do in the next coming months will be very fascinating to watch.
I'll be curious because I know Volkswagen's been leaning, and Mercedes, they've been leaning very heavy into EV, with Mercedes with the EQ line and Mercedes with the ID line.
Right.
No, what's going to happen to them?
I don't know. To my understanding, they're not happy about this.
I would imagine.
They're not happy at all because they've basically admitting to Tesla winning is saying, oh, this new perky startup has come by and smacked the car world around, which they have.
They have really ruffled some feathers in the big name car world, particularly in the EV sector, but just in cars in general. I mean, the fact that you've now got Ford and GM going to adopt the same Tesla charger, that's big.
That is big news. So we'll keep an eye on this as it goes. I suspect we'll hear more manufacturers, especially in America, moving over. Like you said, the last remaining EV manufacturers, the Lucids, the Rivians, those kind. As far as Europe goes,
the Aptera.
Oh, God. As far as Europe goes, that's a big question mark. I don't know if they will actually fall. I don't know if they will commit to the NACS charger.
Let's see.
We'll see.
I'd be curious to find out.
Yep, going to be real interesting. So, what else do we got to talk about in the news?
We have another Camaro.
Okay.
So we talked about a Camaro last week. We're going to talk about another one.
Let's do it.
So last week, it was the Camaro Collector's Edition, right?
Right.
And this week, it's the Garage 56 Edition. So, hold on. Pause. Pause. The game has been called. Last week, Chevy announced they were making the last Camaro ever in the world. And now they've decided, but wait, there's more. They went full Billy Mays here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, Chevy, either kill it or don't.
I know a lot of other manufacturers that are doing this right now.
Yes, but Chevy is really bad with the Camaro.
Yeah, this is not.
Because it was all over the news that the collector's edition was the last one. It is the last Camaro to be built. It is the most lastest, most specialist Black Panther paint and everything. And then literally 4 days later, they said, oh, shit. We could have capitalized on that whole Le Mans thing. Damn it. Let's do the Garage 56 edition.
It's marketing. Every month is truck month. What do you mean?
You're right. But how could they not have seen this coming and release this, like, I don't know, maybe on Le Mans? I mean, technically, I know this was just before Le Mans, but, like, why wouldn't they do this before they do the collector's edition?
I don't know. Because it's always truck month, baby.
Their timeline sucks.
Tell me about it.
So the Chevy Camaro ZL1 Garage 56 edition is what it is. Okay. It's a fancied up Camaro ZL1 that has been built to commemorate Chevy's and I guess Chevy, NASCAR, Hendrick Motorsports all partnership for the 2023 centenary. Is that how you pronounce it properly?
Yeah.
Yes. The Le Mans 24, the 100th running. They ran a NASCAR, kind of a type of cup car-ish, a modified NASCAR cup car.
Did you know it was not the 100th running? It was the 100-year anniversary since they started racing?
My apologies.
Okay, just...
I misspoke.
You're good.
The 100th anniversary
You're good.
Le Mans from 1923.
Yes.
That is the correct math there. But yeah, NASCAR and Chevy and all that, they ran a Camaro ZL1 NASCAR cup type car in Le Mans, which was amazing.
If you want our take on that, listen to the next episode.
Mm-hmm. But the new ZL1 Garage 56 edition, it's got like a livery that's kind of styled after the Garage 56 NASCAR Cup car at Le Mans. So you get that kind of American flag, you get Garage 56 decals, you get that kind of stuff. You do get the front end off of the track-focused ZL1 1LE, which has the canards and all that, similar to what you see on the actual race car.
Right.
But on the back, to put this in perspective, if you were to get the regular Camaro ZL1 1LE, you have a giant wing. This you get the actual like NASCAR style like duckbill.
Yeah,
spoiler.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It's really cool. They didn't say if they're doing a whole lot of performance stuff, which I don't think it is. It's mostly just like decals and graphics and stuff. But it's going to be pretty rare.
How rare?
They're only making 56 of them.
Fitting. Okay.
Garage 56, yeah, 56 of them. That makes sense.
Okay.
Checks out.
What's your take on this? You like it or not?
I do like it, yeah. I like this. Let me put it this way. I like this way better than the collector's edition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. And since they did only 56, I think that's probably the right amount for this.
There is no price listed yet, but I'm expecting it to be not cheap.
No, there's only 56 of them.
Particularly since the collector's edition was ZL1 was going to be an extra like 15 grand. What do you anticipate? 30 grand for this?
30 grand's a lot for decals. But let me ask you this. What will the resale value be in 10 years?
See, that's where my brain goes too. I think the Garage 56 NASCAR Cup car thing at Le Mans was such a hit that I think people are going to go bananas over it. So I think resale value will go up because of that.
Okay. Yep.
Because it was the 100-year anniversary of Le Mans. They had a NASCAR. They want it to be like that. I think it could be good.
I think you're probably right. It's more of a topic for next episode, but whatever this Garage 56 NASCAR road course thing ends up turning into in the future, could probably dictate a lot of what this car's value will be in the future.
Definitely agree. Yes. Definitely agree. But I just laughed. Like, the collector's edition is the last one. But wait, there's more.
marketing will do what marketing does best.
Yes, get your timelines together, marketers.
If they see an opportunity to get something out there, they'll do it.
For sure. Yep. But let's move on to something off-roady.
Okay.
Let's talk about the brand new Lexus GX Overtrail.
What is that?
It's the off-road version of the Lexus GX SUV.
Whoa.
So Lexus GX SUVs, they've been around forever. They're the Lexus version of the 4Runner or the Pilot or all of the mommy missiles.
Okay.
And Lexus has decided to take a very off-road flair towards it. First impressions looking at the pictures. What do you think?
Why is Lexus getting into off-roading?
Because it's a Toyota Land Cruiser / 4Runner underneath, so why not? Lexuses have actually been pretty good off-road, to be honest with you.
Really?
There is a pretty solid niche of off-road Lexus enthusiasts.
That's so weird.
I actually looked at getting an older GX at one point.
Really?
Legitimately. A GX, was it the 570 or the 5? I don't remember the number, but yeah, because you could get it with the V8. It was like a V8 version of the 4Runner that had a third row that was great for off-road and overland stuff.
This looks extremely blocky. It kind of reminds me of the Lexus combined with the G-Wagon-esque.
Yes.
And it's not terrible from my eyes. What's your take on it?
Okay, so I have seen a lot of mixed reviews about what people think about this. Personally, I love it.
Okay.
I am a huge fan. I like, if it's something that's made for off-road, I like it chunky and rough and tumble looking.
It looks that.
It looks like, exactly like what you said. It looks like Lexus saw the G-Wagon and said, how can I change this a little bit to make this fit more Lexus-y? I really like it.
What were other people's opinions online?
Some people were like, oh my God, it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Kill it with fire. And some people are kind of in my camp where they're like, oh, hold on a minute now. I actually really like this.
Okay. This is neat. What other stuff has been done to this?
It's very off-roady. One of the biggest off-roady things is I guess they've made it more overlandy, I should say. They've made it from 3-row to 2-row.
That's kind of odd.
Yes, but you can fit more stuff in it. So if you're going off-grid, it does make sense, right? Now, you can get the Overtrail and the Overtrail Plus, which a lot of that just comes down to like aesthetics and things like that. But you get, let's see, you get 4 two-tone paint options, which all have a black roof. Kind of cool. Let's see, you get black fender flares with, some specific Overtrail 18-inch wheels on 33-inch off-road all-terrain tires. Can't dig that. Now, when it does come down to power, nothing's really changed. You do get a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 with 10-speed automatic. Come factory 4-wheel drive, 349 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. I have a beef with that.
Oh.
That's not enough, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Really.
Why?
That is too near to what the 4Runner produces.
Too near to the 4Runner.
Yeah, this needs to be more. It's a Lexus. It's not going to be cheap. It needs 400 horsepower, and I would say 500 torque. It's not going to be light. It needs more power.
True. It is not going to be light. I'll agree with that. But do you need speed and power with this kind of vehicle?
No, but you need torque.
Is almost 500 not enough?
Make it 500 at least.
Oh, you're 21 off. It's basically 500.
I feel like it needs more. My initial impression is that I'm not very overwhelmed with the power figures. I mean, they're fine. But I feel like, now there's no price released it, but I feel like for what you're going to pay, it needs to be more.
I don't know. I'm not an off-road guy. I've never really done it a lot, so I don't really know how useful torque is in that. If it's super valuable, sure, but it feels like getting on 500 should be plenty of torque for this vehicle to slosh through the mud and over some rocks.
It should be, but I want, it's not need, but I want more.
Okay.
Because again, it's not going to be cheap.
No, certainly not.
And I think for the not cheapness, it needs to have more.
Are there is there relevant competition out there that has more? G-Wagon is probably outside of relevant competition.
G-Wagon is the most similar
pricey
looking.
Right.
But it is
is
the much more performance.
Right.
Range Rover?
Okay.
You could compare to Range Rover. And I believe a Range Rover Sport has more power.
Sport probably, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. I'm a little underwhelmed by the power figures. That's all.
Does the Overlander crowd really care about power?
No, but I do.
Okay. Then this is just a you thing, and the power is probably fine.
It is just a me thing.
Okay.
The power is probably fine, but it's just a me thing. Apparently, future Lexus GXs are set to have some sort of hybridness to it. It is unclear, though, if that is going to be added to the Overtrail and the Overtrail Plus. Don't know. We're going to find out. Although I feel like that could benefit for some hybridness, but call me crazy.
It's Overlanders. Why would they not want a battery in it?
I mean, look at the new Tacoma.
Yeah.
Right? With this, normally with the Lexus GX, you get a center locking diff. You actually get an electronically locking rear diff, like you get on an actual 4Runner or a Tacoma. So that does make this much more off-road capable.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, you don't really get any actual better, like, approach and departure angles or anything like that. So a lot of the actual bodywork is just looks.
Not a huge fan of that.
Not a huge fan of that, but it does look good, so I'll get that. Apparently, Lexus is giving this something called EKDSS.
What could that possibly stand for?
Okay, are you ready?
Oh, God.
Electronic Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System.
Electronic Dynamic Kinetic.
Electronic Kinetic Dynamic.
Sorry.
Electronic oh my God. Electronic Kinetic is hyphenated. My God, this is the hardest thing to say in the world. Electronic Kinetic is hyphenated.
What does that actually do or mean?
I don't know what it means, but it does things.
Because kinetic is like, kinetic impactor in military terms. It's just smashing into something.
Correct.
It's usually movement or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Electronic and kinetic is just electric movement. Is this just an EV?
So apparently,
in your suspension,
KDSS allows for the fitment of larger stabilizer bars than you would normally fit on an off-roader. Now, part of the article says that this EKDSS system, apparently it's able to tell the difference between on-road corners and like off-road corners. Because on-road, you do want big like anti-roll bars. But off-road, you want more articulation. So you want those to be pretty much gone, right? So it's supposed to be able to kind of adjust all that.
On the fly.
Yes. So it sounds quite similar to what the new Tacoma has, where you have electronically disconnected sway bars.
It does sound very similar to that.
It is a Lexus, Toyota, so designed in the same factory, right? I see what they're kind of getting at there.
Yeah, I don't know if it disconnects it all the way, but I'm sure it's adjusting some stiffness or
it's not the same thing as the Tacoma, but it seems similar.
Yep, it's doing some sort of adjustment on the suspension on the fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, there is no price announced yet, but it's expected to be expensive. Let me actually quickly Google the current price of the Lexus GX.
This does seem like an interesting vehicle. If they're trying to go for that Overlander crowd, would it compete with the Tacoma that just came out?
No.
Why?
It's going to be way too much money. It's going to be way more than the Tacoma. Because the current Lexus GXs, depending on your build, you're well over $60,000. I mean, well over $60,000. You're $70,000+ for a current Lexus GX. And this will be much more. Realistically, I think this is going to be a $100,000 Lexus.
The new Tacoma that just came out is for the off-road enthusiast or the person who's going to go camp everywhere, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who buys this?
The glamper.
Ah. Okay. The same G-Wagon glamper that would buy that.
It's for the husband and wife that the wife really wants a G-Wagon.
Okay.
And the husband says, well, honey, I got you one that looks just like it. But I saved $150,000. So now we can actually go use it for its intended purpose.
It's the cheap G-Wagon owner.
It is, yes.
Wow. Okay.
The discount G-Wagon.
Honestly, there's a market for that.
Currently, if I wasn't expecting a child, I would be the market for it. Because look, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love it.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I know it's ruffled a lot of feathers online, but I like the look of it a lot. It looks so rough and tumble, and it looks like you could mount a 50 cal to the roof.
You know why you would love it? Because it's unaerodynamic.
Yes.
Because it is just a brick going down the street, and they don't care about range, and they don't care about the EV stuff.
Well, correct.
It's just
a driving brick.
Yes.
That's perfect. Yes, I'll take 2, please. Thank you.
Right up your alley.
I love it.
All right. Is there anything else about it?
Not about the Lexus. There is something else we do need to talk about, though.
Okay.
That is much more aerodynamic than the Lexus.
Yes.
It is a new Porsche.
Oh, boy.
It is the new Porsche Mission X, and it is a concept. But this was released to celebrate 75 years of Porsche's sports cars.
Okay.
So this past weekend, there's a lot of like Porsche's 75th birthday celebrations all around the country, well, around the world, frankly. So if you were on the interwebs, you probably saw some really cool pictures from a lot of different Porsche dealers of all sorts of cool cars.
Neat.
So Porsche released this. They teased this out to kind of appease everyone.
Okay.
Now, this is something that is technically still a concept, but it is a new hypercar with an electric powertrain.
This is right up your alley.
No, don't do it. No, please, no.
Can I give you my first take? I saw this and I said, oh, it's a Cadillac GTP car.
Kind of.
Do you see it?
I see it from that angle. Yep.
From the front,
I do see Cadillac GTP.
it looks almost identical.
You know what's funny?
Cadillac GTP.
If you flip the headlights horizontally, it would be the Porsche LMDH.
Yes. I don't know why they turned them 90 degrees, to be honest with you.
Cuz.
Okay. Porsche, you're kind of goofy sometimes.
They are.
This is one of those times.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this. I know it's a concept car. We normally don't talk about concept cars, but I think that there's more to this if we dig a little deeper.
So there's not a whole lot more to talk about because there's not a lot really truly known about it yet. There's no information on like what motor it's got, whether it's single motor, rear dual rotor, quad motor, whatever it is, right? But they are promising to have a power to weight ratio of roughly 1 horsepower per 2.2 pounds. They're saying it's going to have a 900-volt system that will allow it to charge at twice the speed of the Taycan Turbo S.
Whoa. Oh,
and they say that the Turbo S can go from 5 to 80% charge in just over 20 minutes.
There are like no relevant 900-volt architectures out there for this thing to charge at, if it actually can do that rate. I think like 3 to 400 is usually around the max, so... okay, it's a concept car. That's fine. We'll give it the pass.
Yep. This car was designed with one mission alone.
What was that?
Be the fastest road-legal car on the Nürburgring Nordschleife.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. This is a ring car?
It is.
This
is essentially if you took a Tesla and a Rimac and put them together and put a Porsche badge on it, you have the Mission X.
Oh, man. I thought it was cooler than that.
You thought it was cooler than that. Fooled you. Ha ha.
So this, what did they made? They had a prototype that ran at Le Mans. Then they took it and they built a Nürburgring package for it. What was that car?
That was the Porsche 919.
Yes.
So that was the old Porsche LMP1, Le Mans Prototype 1 car that was actually really successful in the WEC, the World Endurance Championship. And then as a final send-off to that race car, that prototype race car, Porsche said, okay, let's just go smash every lap record that's ever existed around the entire world. So they gave it like specific track packs of extra aero and extra power for a bunch of different tracks, like the Nordschleife, like Spa, a bunch of different tracks. And they just literally toured the world, just obliterating lap times just because they could. Right. As like a, look at what we did. Now sit down and shut up, everyone.
Now, is this that?
Yes.
For an EV?
I think so, yep. I think it is. Yeah, no, I definitely think it is. I think this is quite literally Porsche saying, okay, we want to be the fastest EV in the world. Let me do this with this Mission X. Ta-da!
Okay. The only problem is you probably can't buy this. It's a concept car. There's no way you can buy it. When it does the tour of smashing records or whatever, I don't think you'll be able to buy it. And if you can probably only buy a handful of them.
It's going to be a hypercar, so yeah, you're only going to have a certain amount.
And then all the Tesla boys will be coming around with their Model 3 performance and be like, what do you do? You can't buy it. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
It looks cool. I hope what this is them pushing the limit on the tech and then pushing the limit on the charge rate, which it sounds like they are, the battery architecture, the chemistry of the battery, and trying to figure out what works in this car and then stick it in the EV Carrera 911 turbo, whatever it is, right? That's what it feels like this car is to me.
Yeah, if you look at the design of it, it's actually stated to be made to produce even more downforce than the current GT3 RS, which I nerded out about with making like 1,900 pounds of downforce.
Turns out you don't need a big wang. You just need a lot of floor aero. And if you look at the rear of this car, it's all floor aero.
Oh, it sucks it down.
Yes. Yep.
Like that.
Hence Peugeot's Le Mans prototype.
Which did not brilliantly, but we'll talk about that later.
Yep. Next episode. Okay. What's your take on it? Don't like it?
No, I don't. Of course I don't like it. Look at it. It's an electric hypercar that looks interesting, that I'm not a fan of.
It's a Porsche?
No.
You don't like?
It is a Porsche I don't like. There are some.
Yeah.
I am a dinosaur. I want an air-cooled 911.
This is the future. Like, this is going to be what the 911 morphs into over time. I hate to break it to you.
I don't like the future.
It is what it is.
I don't like the future.
This is their 911 playground right now.
I don't like it.
And I think I saw some video on this that I got recommended, and it was like the designer talking about this, and I think he said, Porsche will be the last manufacturer to have a steering wheel in their car. I was like, oh, God.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Keep the steering wheel, baby.
Full Michael.
Yes.
It's great.
Feel the power.
All right. If this is a tech platform, thumbs up from me. As far as how it looks, how it does, whatever, I don't care. It's a prototype. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a tech prototype. Tinker with it. Have fun.
Yeah. It's something.
Neat.
Yeah. So that's all the news I got for episode 227. Do you have anything else for us, Mr. Derek?
I do not.
Then that's going to wrap us up. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this whole new Porsche Mission X hypercar concept electric thing. Be curious to know your thoughts. Let us know in the comments. If you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is We Are Auto _. YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.